Do you wash them before you bake them? My mom is super clean, so after doing this, I break the yolk. We are actually in the final stages of making my The ugali was almost burning. Thank goodness we got it right on time. Hola, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Victor's with Victor in Kibera. So it's an early morning. I woke up feeling a little bit of headache, I think, because of the rush or maybe the weather, but I also have a pinch in my chest. Probably, I don't know if it's, I need to go to the hospital for sure. So what happens in many cases, actually here in Africa, a lot of men, we are, me included, we are very ignorant of some small healthy problems, and so a lot of men succumb to very little. I know a friend, rest in peace, who had a headache and they went to bed and they woke up lifeless. I don't know how somebody wakes up lifeless, but in the morning they were lifeless. Rest in peace. For anyone from Kibera who knows Uncle, was a very good guy. If I did the story of Edu Babayao, the Air Baba, yeah, so I used to work for that guy. Also, I knew him growing up in the hood. May his soul rest in peace. But yes, on the bright side today on our episode, I woke up and I'm having an easy morning. I had an early morning. I was to go to the gym, but then I had a meeting that I had forgotten about. I didn't have it in my diary, so I went into that meeting, did a little bit of work, and now I'm here. I'm feeling it's not a norm. But yesterday, John and Benji had this for dinner, and usually they say, I looked at it and it looks yummy. So I'm gonna do ugali. What is ugali? I think I explained to you guys earlier in my video. So I'm gonna cook ugali. We use maize flour. This is like our staple food. Here it has no. So for the sifted, they're saying they are adding, but I hear this has no vitamins or anything that adds to your health. But this is what we are used to. For me, the issue of ugali, and this is my own opinion and my own take on ugali. During slavery, our great-grandparents used to work in the maize fields. This maize was food for the animals, for the colonialists. Oh, story time. Let's sit down. Let's have a seat. Yeah, and so I think as they were working, they were not getting enough food, so they figured out to eat this. I've seen people working. I had a friend who had horses, and I saw some of his stuff. Some of them would eat either the dog food or some of the fruits for the horses, like this. Carrots are good. I don't know for you, what I think your side, but let us know in the comment section. If you're new here, please remember to hit the subscribe button. Oh my god, here we're by the airport, so the planes are always moving. But I want to appreciate everybody who's been a continued support to my channel and the content that I do. I'm really encouraged to continue doing more. And I'm also praying for the Kibera YouTube family as well. There are things that I'm not gonna put out, but I hope God gets us through them. I'm trusting God for them. And so I was telling you the story of corn. So I think our great-grandparents were not getting enough food from the people who enslaved them. And so they probably just designed a way to make ugali, because this is mostly known countries of African descent or African countries, because I know in Nigeria it's fufu, there is East Africa, it's also huge, but it's our staple food. So I woke up and I want to eat food of my great grandparents that were enslaved. It's not normal for breakfast, but I'm gonna do it for breakfast with this that was left. It looks really yummy. Here we don't throw, in my culture we don't really throw food, and so I have boiled my water, so I'm gonna put my water. Again, I'm not gonna ask about Benji or John if they want it, because I know they want breakfast. Unless somebody, Benji, do you want it? Shout out to Benji. Benji doesn't want, I know John doesn't want it. And so I'm gonna turn this on. And I think I've taught how to make ugali. So check out, there's a subscriber. It was special for a subscriber of mine who had requested to show them how to make ugali. So we're gonna wait for this first. We're gonna put a little bit of maize flour on it to see when it's ready. It's gonna like bubble through the maize flour, and so that's when we're gonna start mixing. I'm not gonna take you through the process of making ugali, but I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna eat it with this, but I also figured this is a little bit. I wanna have a 1 meal today, and so to cut this. This is a little bit. So then I'm gonna make. It's been a while since I cooked, to be honest. I'm gonna cut. This is my onion, tomato. We call it nyanya. Nyanya is tomato in Swahili, and nyanya is also grandmother in Swahili. Nyanya, ameleta nyanya. Grandmother has brought tomatoes. Turn it into a lesson class. Yeah, so I'm also gonna do eggs. Just 2 eggs, but I'm gonna scramble them and then make them. So guys, I'm gonna show you when my ugali is ready. I won't take you through the whole process, but I hope you're enjoying. If you're new here, please remember to hit the subscribe button. If you are a continued supporter, as you know, we celebrate and appreciate you. Let's go, Victor's with Victor chasing 3K. Shout out and thanks very much to my brother Miyugno for pushing me. He just posted a link of mine on his YouTube channel, and I hit 100+ subscriber, just like that, like in a day. Yeah, which was a really shocker to me, because I wasn't really paying attention to my subscription. Like I said, you guys are keeping me really engaged, and so I even forget to look at the numbers. I'm not really huge on pushing the subscription, but I appreciate your subscription. Also appreciate the VWVid family, and for everyone who sent support to the families that were affected by the floods. We celebrate and appreciate you. May God bless wherever it came from. May fortune follow you for the rest of your life, and may luck be your second name. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna make the ugali. Voila! My ugali is ready. I didn't expect it to be this big, but it's big, so I'm gonna share it with Vibu, my dog, because apparently in this house everybody doesn't want to eat what I'm eating. So I'm gonna share the ugali with Vibu, and yeah, Vibu will really appreciate actually. Let me actually even begin sharing it with you. My hands are clean, so. Vibu? Ooh, that's Vibu, that's my dog. Sit down, sit down. Sit. Good. How are you? Good morning. I haven't been spending a lot of time with her, so this dog is very special. Yeah, like this dog helped me survive through COVID. It was my dream dog, and I couldn't afford it. So during COVID, I could afford it, and I got Vibu. Yes. No, you have to sit down. Sit down. Sit down, Vibu. Sit down. I'm not giving you until you calm down. Calm down. You need to calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Vibu, stop. 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 She's going crazy. You need to be calm, okay? Be calm. Sit down. Calm. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in, Vibu. I said go in. Go in, Vibu. She's a bit stubborn. She's been missing me, so it's understandable if she come. Good, sit down. Sit down. No, no, no. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I'm not giving you until. Sit down. Calm down. Good girl. Sit down. No moving. Good. No, calm down. Calm down. Easy. Go easy. Go easy. Go easy. Good girl. Have a beautiful day. Go in. Go in. Go in, people. Take care. Go in. In your house. In. I said in, Vibu. I said in. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wash my hands. Guess what's happened? It's crazy. Yeah, this is John's kitchen. Come, see, show them. Show them. As we were spending time with Vibu, look, the ugali was almost burning. Thank goodness we got it right on time. So you always should use a cooking spoon. Ooh, it's stuck. Good, beautiful. This is a good ugali. It didn't burn, but it's good. After you cook ugali, you have to remember to soak the sufuria. You can't wash it immediately, you have to soak it. This is John's kitchen. It's always clean. The only thing is when we had the heavy rains, it's weird. We had the roof it was like really crazy. This has never happened. The roof was leaking, so now we have to remove the roof and look. And then we had lightning that strike and it spoils a lot of the electricity. That's why we are not hosting now, and we have opted to be giving the beds to the families. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grate this carrot that I was eating, and you're probably wondering what I want to do with it. I want to make eggs with it. So that's what we're gonna do. Ready? This is my carrot. Zoom, carrot. Yes, it's well grated, and you know there's. I'm gonna tell you a story of Odingo, the young farmer. These are my eggs. I'm gonna scramble them, break them. Let us know how you cook your eggs. Do you wash them before you break them? My mom is super clean, so I know she washes her eggs before breaking them. Like I said, I'm gonna have this as my final meal for the day. I had that already, the concoction, ginger, honey, lemon. at my meeting. And so after doing this, I bless the up. So what I'm gonna introduce, this is my nyanya tomatoes. So this is what I'm gonna introduce in here. I never learned this from anywhere. I just thought of it. I've never done it actually. I think what I usually do is coriander. But I don't know. I just wanted to be a little bit creative with my eggs. Let's see how this turns out. Ooh, super. So I have my onions. It's not a lot, but I also have that. And we have spices, but I'm not a very huge fan of spices. John has so many spices. Come show them the spices. He has so many spices. This is cayenne spice. He has cinnamon. He has fajita for seasoning. Masala. Look, coriander. But I don't like this coriander. I like the fresh coriander. He has a bay leaves. Oh man, me I can't do all this. This is done, but Spanish paprika, and there is oregano. I was looking for chili sauce. Yeah, I like doing this. I was looking for salt. But I don't mind doing this. Strange. This is not supposed to be cooked, but I like to do this. I really don't, I borrow from the traditional way of cooking, but I'm not rigid to it. Especially if it's food I'm eating alone, I like to just explore a little bit. I haven't been cooking for a while, so, and I'm not a chef, and I'm not a, cook vlogger. I'm not a cooking vlogger. Yeah, I'm just Victor's with Victor. We bring you stories, and this is our story, so I thought I should share this with you. God. Oh, I've had the gas on. So guys, we are actually in the final stages of making my delicious breakfast, lunch, and brunch actually. So this is our egg. Look how it is, with carrots inside. And this is cooking oil, so we'll put, I'm not a very huge fan of this oil, so we put just a little bit, and let us know your style of cooking eggs or how you like your eggs made. Excuse me, sir. How would you like your eggs scrambled, boiled, or the other one they call what? Yeah, I used to work at the guest house before it started generating money, and I used to multitask as the chef, the cleaner, and also the manager and the CEO of the guest house. You start with your onions. So we're gonna behave like we are cooking vlogger. You just don't wait for your onions to turn brown. Reduce the amount of fire. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. And then, come show our viewers, when it starts to turn, you can introduce your nyanya. Now everything goes. Yeah. I keep the kitchen clean because I know them cleaned it. I put salt here, but I regulated it because I knew I wanted to season with salt here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, kidogo, a little bit, and then a strange way to do it, but cover it. It's covered. Give it like 1 to 2 minutes. It will be seasoned, and you can start breaking it. So we're gonna use this. I love this traditional cooking spoons. Just remember to keep John's kitchen clean. Open and check. Open again and check. Without checking, start breaking. This is insane. So I know there are people who blend their tomatoes. I also know there are people who grate it. I just like doing it like this because I feel like then it gets enough fire. Tomatoes are known for amoebas. I might be wrong, I don't know. But also acidity in the stomach. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I studied my science, so please don't crucify me. Don't use that against me. I hope you're learning something. That's what you need to get out of the vlog. But ladies and gentlemen, I think every man should know how to cook. This is what I tell my boys every day. You should know how to do things. I was talking to an Uber driver. He was a bit old. We had an interesting conversation. So he's been married for 43 years. And is it 43? I can't remember what he said, but it's been for a while. He's an older guy, like he was at his old age. But I like to talk to people like that because he seemed to be driving a very humble car. And I was really curious. Back to remember to have money, I was having money conversations with him. And he gave me like really great insights on marriage. So I asked him a few questions, a few challenging questions. But what I remember from the conversation is him telling me about, how he managed to, he was able to really be in marriage for that long. And I was asking him why he's still working. So he told me he used to be a driver for a security company. And so when he retired, he decided not to go home, but to buy a car. I think he was in his early 50s, late 40s, if I'm not right. But I'm sure them. Yeah. So this is it. It's almost there. I'm gonna break it as I tell you guys the story. So the old man was telling me about how he managed to successfully be in his marriage, because I think that's one of the biggest challenges right now, especially with my generation, our generation. Even sustaining a relationship for 3 months has become very difficult. So 40 something years, I was really curious. No, said 30 something because he was in his 40s, late 40s, early 50s, and he married when he was like around 17, 20 years old. Yeah, so I could be right. But no, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that he's been in marriage for decades. And so I was getting insights from him, and he said, I think what had changed with his father's generation, men never used to cook. they were never cooking for their wives. Yeah, he was telling me how he successfully managed to be in marriage for that long. So we're gonna put our egg in. And he told me that his dad's generation, men were not allowed to go to the kitchen to cook. And so if they are not to step into the kitchen to cook, not even to grab food. And also that is the reason they had polygamy, because if the wife was not around or the wife was sick, then he did not have to go to the kitchen. The other wife would cook. So it was more for, I don't know, but then his generation, they would go and get food in the kitchen, but they wouldn't cook. Now you understand how the transition has been. They would not cook, but they would go, the wife would cook, and when she leaves, she would leave the food covered and everything. But then he was like, now your generation, you're able to cook, and this is beautiful, because even if your wife is pregnant or she's not feeling well, then you can step into the kitchen and help her cook. That's a beautiful. So I think, for me, I think the reason why I think men should cook, and what really changed my mind about it, is the very first time I traveled to the US. Like I told you, for the Americans who are watching, you already know, like if you're working in the US, you can't evade tax, not like in Africa. There is no way to evade tax. So you have to pay tax. And so going into restaurants is a bit expensive, and especially that I was based in Chicago, which is, I was like based in Chicago. Chicago restaurants are very expensive around Chicago. And so I didn't really manage to save as much the first time I was in the US. And when I went back, I started carrying maize flour, rice, and I was able to cook this, and I saved a lot of money coming back to Kenya. And so if Nyambura, my mother, did not teach me how to cook, then think about it. Not just because I think also there's a challenge right now, because a lot of females take advantage of that. There's something called empowerment, which is a lot more like misempowerment in my community right now, that has females competing with male. I really think women are special beings and should never and can never be compared. These people create to men. I think they should complement each other instead of compete each other. So you have a lot of people that are not informed about feminism. Well, I wouldn't say I'm very informed, but the little information I know about it, it's feminism. It should be about complementing, not attacking. And because everyone, if they feel attacked, they'll be defensive. Anyone, regardless of the gender. And so we've seen a lot of women in their prime misled or misempowered by a lot of movements that come. And you know, some of these people come with really good intent, but then the people who take their projects to do them, I think they put in bitterness, and so they misguide. And think about it, if for instance, Benji and the girlfriend were in a fight, and I come with an irrational judgment, and these people are at an emotional point, then it is easy to really lure Benji or the girlfriend to separate. But one thing that this gentleman was telling me, in any relationship or marriage, you will fight. You will have arguments. You'll have disagreements. Because my grandpa used to say, what makes you think if you as a child, you get into chaos with your mom? Well, this turned out to be a lot than I thought. Then what makes you think somebody with full dentition, complete dentition that you meet at as an adult would not be in a position to fight with you? They will. You will fight, and you will fight. This is what he told me. And so a lot of people go into relationships being very unrealistic. What you see in pictures and videos It's not what is really in relation. Why am I giving relationship advice again? They say the best player is the spectator, the person watching from outside. Yeah, so what do I say? But I hope you guys take the messenger. Don't take the message. It doesn't matter the messenger. Take the message. If it helps, well and good. If it doesn't, you're allowed to criticize. Positive criticism is allowed here at Victor's with Victor. And yeah, I was telling you about the gentleman. Why do I keep skipping? So the man was like, oh yes, yeah, but also so he decided to not go to the village. He retired and decided, okay, I'm not gonna move to the village. I need to stay active and do something here. If I retire, I'm gonna go farming. People have different. This is mine. You know, I'm already starting to move to the village, and it's really good for me. And in my early 30s, moving to the village. Can you imagine in 70s? Oh my God, as a farmer, eating this village food like my grandpa. And I don't take milk by the milk products. I don't know, lactose intolerant. Yeah, this looks yummy. Show my guys. Looks very yummy. Ugali for breakfast. Yeah, I can't wait. Even Vibu is salivating. Look at her. Vibu, go in. You eat later. So yeah, in Africa we don't allow dogs into the house. This is a different thing. And there are people who have started to do it, but it's not an African thing. Reasons I don't know. Like we have history of stray dogs, infections from dogs and stuff like that. I love my dog, but we don't allow dogs into the house. And this is also a guest house. And she's learned it, you know. She has a very special house, and yeah, that's the difference. I mean, I stayed with people in Europe and in the US who live with their dogs. The dog stays on the couch, the dogs stay on the bed. Yeah, here, unfortunately, we don't. Cats, yes. Cats are for indoors. I think our food is ready. Yeah, let me know what you guys think on the comment section. I didn't finish the story, but I wish I finished it. I'm hungry. I need to eat. I hope you guys are enjoying the content and learning something. It's a really easy day. We have been working with families that were affected with the floods, and again, thanks to everyone who came through and the people who are still coming through for these families as well. And so there are also people who had lost lives. But I'm only doing, like I told my community, I'm only doing what I'm capable of doing and what I can possibly do for them. And I'm setting that clear. Oh, somebody said, give anonymously. Well, we've been giving anonymously for decades. And the reason why we do it here is to inspire more people. If I didn't share that, I don't think my friends and supporters who supported the families would have given. So that's the reason. And another thing is for accountability. I've had stories of YouTubers and a lot of people in Africa who ask for help and they don't really give it. So for me, this is something I've been doing. And if you have a problem with that, and I think through Victors with Victor, we've had so many people get support just by giving. And my people really enjoy me doing that. Yeah, it's something that I've been doing. Yeah, this is what we're going to be eating now. Oh, smells good. I wish you were here to eat with me. Yeah, this one I'm not really. Even this one I'm just pretending on camera. But once Benji turns off the camera, I'm gonna come back and serve all this. This I'm doing for the camera, guys. I'm just kidding. This is enough. This is more than enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the cooking. I haven't tasted it, so maybe I'm gonna taste so I can show you guys my expression as I eat. God bless. First of all, I want to thank myself. I'm so proud of myself for deciding to make carrot mayai or carrot eggs in the morning for breakfast. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and I hope you enjoyed cooking with me. I'm sorry you're not gonna enjoy my food with me, but I wish you get an opportunity to one day cook with me and enjoy the meal with me. See you guys in the next vlog. This is Victor's Food Victor. If you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button. And if you are continued supporter, we celebrate and appreciate you. Road to 3K. Back to the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Adios. So this is called Othonji. Vipu, sit down. Just sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Vipu, sit down. Sit down. Good. This is called Othonji. Sharing is caring. Good. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down, Vipu. Sit down. Sit. Good girl. My dad always says, stop laughing with food in your mouth, it's disgusting. So we're gonna enjoy our food. The camera is on for you.